What is going on, YouTube? I'm your It's a Work champion, Travis, and I'm flying solo tonight. No John. John is actually unable to be here this week and next. John will not be here. It's a sad time, but what are you going to do? I'm the champ. Show must go on, and that's why I'm the champ, because I'm that good. Not to toot my own horn or boost my ego, but hey, what can you do? Yeah, I guess we'll just talk about Raw and SmackDown. It's October now, so Halloween season is among us. Super Showdown is this Saturday. Our t-shirts are available on Amazon Prime. Might as well just get into it. Let's talk wrestling. So because we don't have John, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm going to kind of fly through some stuff, maybe skip over a lot. There's not going to be a lot of conversation because I'm not going to sit here and talk to myself about it. That's why I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit that like button and then comment below. Engage with me. Let me know your opinions of the show. Let me know what you thought about what matches, what you thought about what segments. Let's keep this conversation going. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's not just about what we think. We want to know what you guys think too. So let us know in those comments. Please, please, please do that. It'll be fun. But anyway, Monday Night Raw, October 1st. October starts things now. It's Halloween season. Pumpkin spice lattes are in the air. Cowboy boots or whatever those boots are that chicks wear, leggings, all that stuff. It's all going on. Except for in wrestling, because they kind of always wear tights and underwear, like stuff. Whatever. That's besides the point. Alright, so the whole night started out with Dean Ambrose kind of just pledging his loyalty to the Shield, saying that he's not leaving. The Shield is a brotherhood. The Shield's not going anywhere. He's staying with the Shield. Can't break them up. They're brothers. Blah, 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 blah. Same stuff we've heard before. It's just now Dean Ambrose is actually clearing the air, letting the fans know where he stands, which we kind of all figured, at least for now, that that's what we're going to get, especially considering that they already have an advertised match as for Super Showdown in Australia, which is taking place on Saturday at like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, my time. So that's kind of a bummer, but, you know, what can you do? But we ended up getting a match then with Braun Strowman and Dean Ambrose, and Braun would actually pick up the win via disqualification, and it's not because like Dean went lunatic fringe and used a chair or anything like that, but Braun was going to just pound power slams into Dean, and apparently Roman wasn't going to have it. So Roman made his way down to the ring and got into the ring and Superman punched big Braun Strowman, which caused a DQ. Now, if you're going to try and tear a rift into the Shield, I would think you wouldn't want to do it yourself. Like, it seems, if anything, Dean's going to get upset by his own teammate costing him a match in singles competition. Like, getting him DQ'd, that's kind of out of Dean's hands. Why would you do something like that? Now he's got a loss on him. Not that he, was going to win anyway, because it's Braun. But he could have at least went down, fighting like he wanted to do, but instead he had to get saved, and that's kind of not Dean's thing. So we'll see how that goes at Super Showdown and in the coming weeks for Raw. We can just move on, I guess. We had Roman Reigns. Sorry, I've got notes this week because it's just me, so not a whole lot of debate to go back and forth. But then we had Roman Reigns going against Dolph Ziggler, which wasn't for the Universal title, even though Roman wanted to put the title on the line. Constable Baron Corbin, acting Raw General Manager Baron Corbin, said no. But if Dolph Ziggler does win, he'll be inserted into the championship match coming up, whenever that would be. I guess the Braun Strowman rematch or something. I don't know how they're doing that, but he would get inserted into that match if he were to beat Roman Reigns. But he didn't beat Roman Reigns, so yeah, Roman did what Roman does and crushed poor little Dolph Ziggler. It was a good match, though. I'll give him that. Let's see here. Ronda Rousey defeated Ruby Riott. There's really not a whole lot to say here. It was basically Ruby Riott the entire match, and Ronda Rousey just kind of did her comeback and stuff like that at the end and picked up the victory with the armbar. But she was looking good, taking her bumps. She was selling. It's, what you come to expect. It's basically just feeding into Super Showdown, which is what a lot of this stuff is doing. But admittedly, Raw was a little weird for that because there were a lot of like heel spots. Not even just heel spots, but there were spots that you wouldn't have necessarily expected to happen. Like the B team defeated the Revival, and then they were attacked by Authors of Pain after the match, but still, B team picked up a clean win over the Revival, which is a little strange. Wouldn't have expected that to happen. Connor from the Ascension again picked up a victory on Raw this week over Bobby Roode. Last week he beat Chad Gable. This week he beat Bobby Roode. What the hell is going on with Connor? What the hell is going on in the Ascension right now? Because Connor's looking pretty damn strong. Can't argue it. I like the Ascension. I like Connor. I like Victor. So we'll see, I guess, what they're going to do with that. But it's weird. You know what I mean? What else? What else do we have? Oh, this is another heel spot. Kevin Owens beat Bobby Lashley. Hard to explain it, though. Kevin Owens and Elias probably had the most insane heat I've seen in quite some time. Elias said something about how Seattle, some things don't belong in Seattle, like a basketball team. Something along those lines, referring to the Seattle Sonics, the Seattle Supersonics. And the Seattle crowd did not care for that. It was, you could tell Elias and Kevin were pretty proud of themselves, but like they did not stop booing for 5 minutes straight. Like, it's not even an exaggeration. Like, I would normally just say 5 minutes to get the point over that it was a while. This was like a literal 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes long of just boos. Kevin Owens and Elias had to finish their promo like with the boos going on. They couldn't stop it. So it was such a cluster mess. But it was funny, it was entertaining, and then Lio Rush came out and introduced Bobby Lashley. But man, that was good stuff. It's good, and I'm sure Elias and Kevin were praised for it backstage. It's exactly what they needed for their character, so it's good stuff. But that was, again, the fact that Kevin Owens picked up a win over Bobby Lashley. It's a little weird. Wouldn't have expected it. I guess what they might be doing is just kind of giving some of the heels the one-up going into Super Showdown, because we know that probably most of the baby faces are going to get victories at Super Showdown, because it's basically a house show. I think it's not a house show. It's a big, humongous house show. But I think you kind of understand what I'm saying with it, right? Yeah. Drew McIntyre defeated Seth Rollins, and damn, what a match. I was excited for this match. It wasn't for any championship or anything like that. It was just a one-on-one match, because they were kind of just doing that whole Shield versus, Braun and Drew Ziggy Mac, that's the one. Braun and Ziggy Mac. I'm tired, guys. I'm sorry. It's a lot harder doing this by myself than I expected, but yeah, Drew McIntyre picked up the win with a Claymore kick, because there would be some outside interferences. No one actually got involved, but Dolph would come in, and he would actually slide into the ring. Never touched Seth. Seth never touched Dolph. No DQ could come, but as soon as Seth turned around, boom, Claymore kick over. So that was interesting. We had, what do we have? Bayley picking up a victory over Alicia Fox, which is basically, just a throwaway match. But then at the end of the night, the main event of the evening was Shawn Michaels coming out to talk about Super Showdown and talk about The Undertaker. And Shawn had said, this is why I'm picking Triple H. I will always pick my best friend. No matter how much respect I have for The Undertaker, I will always pick my best friend to win in a fight. But he then went on to say about Kane, and told Kane that if he gets anywhere close to getting involved in the match, Shawn will shut him down with some sweet chin music. And lo and behold, the Big Red Machine, mayor of Knox County, would emerge from backstage to come down and address this little issue with Shawn. Well, not really address the issue, but attack Shawn Michaels. Kane would actually go right ahead and uppercut Shawn, and Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, took a bump on Monday Night Raw in 2018. Years, almost a decade after retiring. Or, 7 years now since he's retired? Since he's not stepped foot in a ring, but since he's, competed, at least. He took a bump from Kane. And, yeah, so Kane would, do his thing, and that would bring The Undertaker out. The Undertaker would then come out shortly after and start to threaten Shawn Michaels, and he gave the occult threat at Shawn, the throat cut at Shawn, and that would provoke Triple H to come out. So now in the ring, we have Degeneration X versus the Brothers of Destruction on Monday Night Raw in 2018. Shawn Michaels is bald, by the way. Like, really bald. Like, I knew he cut his hair, but now he's bald. Like, his cowboy hat came off, you know, and he's bald. It's very weird. I'm not comfortable with it. It makes me it just makes me uneasy. I don't like bald Shawn Michaels. Freaks me out a bit. And it makes me feel old, because Shawn Michaels shouldn't be bald. It doesn't make sense, but he is, and I don't know what to do with that information, except for pass it on to you and complain about it, I guess. So, yeah, anyway, Triple H would try to save Shawn, but to no avail. He would end up getting beaten up by Kane and The Undertaker, and Kane and The Undertaker would then send us home some stereo dual chokeslams. Kane chokeslammed Shawn Michaels, and The Undertaker chokeslammed Triple H. A very, very bizarre time in wrestling. It's 2018, and I just saw DX get chokeslammed by the Brothers of Destruction on Raw. Weird. Then, Undertaker did follow up with a tombstone on Triple H, which was cool. It was a very good tombstone. I'm very glad to see it. So I guess we're going to see what happens Sunday in Australia. Saturday in Australia. Super Showdown. When the hell is that? Saturday. We'll see what happens. I really don't... I would think that The Undertaker would win, but you never know. Right now, I guess. Maybe they'll give Triple H this one. I think the idea is that they're still going to lead up to, a tag team match between the Brothers of Destruction and DX at either Crown Jewel or Survivor Series. Probably Crown Jewel, even though Survivor Series would kind of make more sense because that's where The Undertaker started, and maybe he would actually end his career there. Who knows? But we'll probably get to that Crown Jewel instead, which is the follow-up event in Saudi Arabia, because they need to make up for it, because we know that there's not going to be any women on the card, because, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's why we have to settle with Evolution. Anyway, speaking of Evolution, that's it for Raw, and Evolution will actually be on the 1000th episode of SmackDown Live in a couple of weeks, so that's something. All of Evolution: Batista, Triple H, Ric Flair, Randy Orton. So do whatever you want with that information. Normally I'm not excited to see Batista, but I guess because it's Evolution, that's cool. But lately I've been like on the Marvel movie kick, so I am a little excited to see Batista just because I like Drax so much. I like him as Drax, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, SmackDown, that's good, right? SmackDown, that'll be good. Let's go into it. AJ Styles. Sorry, I got like a weird throat thing going on. Paige started out the night in the ring, which, fine. It's better than another episode of Miz TV or Truth TV, even though I enjoyed Truth TV last week. But Paige came out and she had said that what Joe did last week, actually she said what Samoa did last week, like as if the entire Samoan nation was at fault. But I know she was talking about Joe. It was worth a try though, Paige. Good try. But what Joe did last week was uncalled for, completely out of hand, and Joe was supposed to be, and the board said he should be fired. Charges were pressed against him by AJ and all this other stuff, but when Paige found out that they were going to be fired, she wanted to talk to AJ, of course. So AJ says, no, don't fire him, I'm dropping charges. I want Joe in Australia, one-on-one. I'm going to demolish him. And then we got a little video deal with AJ from his house. And it was weird. He said that, his daughter, Annie, of course, couldn't sleep at night. She was waking up in the middle of the night to check her closet, to check under the bed for Uncle Joe, like he's some kind of boogeyman. He said that he is not going to just, that he's going to, what the heck did he say? What the hell did AJ even say? Something about how he's not going to just bury him, he's not going to just put him in some casket and close the lid and throw dirt on it. He's going to bury him alive. And then it ended his segment. I was like, well, there was no talk of a casket match, but it looks like we're getting a Buried Alive match. Like, I was kind of like, oh shit, we're going to get a Buried Alive match between AJ and Joe. What the hell is going on? And then, no, it's just a no holds barred, no disqualifications match. So, that's kind of a letdown. Not to say that I really think a Buried Alive match would have made a whole lot of sense, but put him in a cage, or like in a cell, even though we just had Hell in a Cell. But something better than just no DQ. My opinion, but whatever. Thought we were going to get a Buried Alive match. I was apparently wrong, so boo on me, right? Then we had Asuka picking up a victory over Peyton Royce, which that's fine. You know, we're going to get Asuka and Naomi versus the Iconics in Australia on Saturday, so that's something. We actually had, what was it? The Fabulous Truth. We had Carmella and R-Truth taking on Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega, and Truth and Carmella picked up a win. Like, Carmella made Zelina Vega tap out. It was weird. The crowd was super into R-Truth, like chanting Truth TV throughout the match, and I love Andrade. I don't know much about Vega, but it seems like she has a whole lot of potential. And it seems like now they might WWE might be starting to kind of put them downhill, which isn't good. I heard that Vince really liked Andrade, so this is a little bit of a disappointment. Not to say that I don't like seeing R-Truth win. I like seeing R-Truth on TV. I like Carmella. But I really do think that guys like Almas are like the future of the business. And to see him get slumped down so early into his career here, not really a fan of that. But good on Carmella and Truth for picking up a win, I guess. That's something. Yeah. But SmackDown wasn't exactly the most entertaining of shows. I can basically... We had a segment with the New Day and in the bar. John's not here, so I guess I gotta bar myself. It's not the same. But we had a segment with the New Day in the bar where the bar would actually just end up beating up the New Day, and then they would pour pancake batter into Mr. Bootiesworth's hat, put it on his head, and then they would just dump the rest of the pancake batter on Mr. Bootiesworth. Which, that's wrestling, right, guys? Yeah, you know, that's how it goes. What else did we end up with? We had stuff, you know, SmackDown stuff. SmackDown stuff because it's SmackDown. It's Tuesday night. We had Shelton Benjamin versus Daniel Bryan, which is pretty good. I mean, I love Shelton Benjamin and I like Daniel Bryan. I still think that Daniel Bryan is leaving something to be desired since his return, which sucks. Like, we all wanted Daniel Bryan to come back so hot and so fresh, and he's still good. He hasn't missed a beat in the ring. He knows what he's doing. There's just, I can't get behind him as a character right now. They're really making it difficult for me to care. Maybe it's just because he's not in the main event picture, or maybe they're just not pushing the story enough with him and Miz right now, but it's hard for me to get behind. But yeah, he excuse me. He had a match with Shelton Benjamin where he would unfortunately lose. He's going to set up for the running knee, and actually John texted me earlier. Daniel Bryan still does the flying headbutt, and John kind of can't believe that. I'm sort of in shock about that too. You would think that after all of his injuries and, you know, the issues with his brain and stuff like that, he wouldn't do that, but he does. So that's kind of scary. Hopefully he's doing it safely, which I'm sure he is, or as safe as one can. But yeah, anyway, so Daniel Bryan was setting up for the running knee on Shelton. The Miz would actually hop up on the apron, causing a distraction. Shelton Benjamin hits pay dirt. Boom, done. Miz would attack him after the match, slam his head in the announce table a little bit, you know, give him a skull-crushing finale, and that's it. Boom. They'll have their one-on-one in Australia on Saturday, where the winner actually gets a WWE title opportunity. So maybe Daniel Bryan will win that, and he'll make me care a little bit more about him because he's in the title picture, which is weird because if AJ retains, it's face and face. So that's something. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what happens there. Maybe Joe will pick up the win and get the WWE title. That way we have a heel versus face. Who knows? But yeah, then let's see if we can just fast forward a little bit to. I guess we can just go straight towards. Excuse me again, guys. I am sorry. I am tired. We can go forward and just go to the what was I guess the main event spot of SmackDown, the final segment, the closing segment, which was Becky Lynch came out to the ring to show, talk trash about Charlotte and say that she's excited for her match on Saturday. She played, a whole little Becky Lynch montage on why she's the champ, how she became the champ, and she unveiled a pretty awesome poster for Super Showdown, which was it was Becky Lynch standing over Charlotte with the title from the photo shoot that she attacked Charlotte during last week, on the Super Showdown graphic and stuff. And she had said that Super Showdown shouldn't be all about Triple H versus The Undertaker for the last time. It should be about Becky Lynch defending her championship for the first time. And then Charlotte came out, attacked Becky, and Charlotte looked strong at the end. She got out of there. She actually, I thought it was going to look cooler than it did, but it was Becky Lynch got put into the figure 4. Charlotte actually went to the outside of the ring and kind of did it, say this is the ring apron, this is the ring apron. Charlotte kind of bent Becky over the ring apron. Becky's here, Charlotte's here. It was interesting. It probably hurt, but it didn't seem like it looked very effective for some reason. I don't know. There's something weird about it, but yeah. So that should hopefully be a good little match on Saturday. They both seem super fired up about it, so I'm excited. Hopefully Becky can retain. I know that this was the main event thing, but I forgot to mention Ty Dillinger had a match with Randy Orton again, or wanted a match with Randy Orton to kind of get back at him, and Paige granted him the match, even though she thought it was a bad idea. Ty Dillinger went out there and attacked Randy Orton before the match started, but Orton quickly did get back into it, and Orton has this sick thing going for him lately, and this time around he decided he was going to put one of Ty Dillinger's fingers in the turnbuckle, not where the turnbuckle cover sits, but the actual bar that connects to the ring post, the turnbuckle, the thing that you use to tighten the ropes. He put Ty Dillinger's finger in the middle of it, and then just grabbed and basically broke his finger in it, it was stuck in between the steel, and he was bending his finger every which way and broke it. It was pretty gnarly stuff from Randy Orton. The funny part though, the crowd was chanting 9, 9, 9, not because Ty Dillinger's 10 and now he's missing a finger, so 9 instead of 10. Yeah, it was funny, I guess. Whatever. Randy Orton's a sick little bastard, though. Creative, but sick. So, that's pretty much all I have to say about SmackDown. That's pretty much all I have to say about Raw. That's really all I have to say about wrestling. I'm excited, I guess, to see what happens on Saturday. I hope for good things. I'm hoping to see some good matches. I'm hoping to see some good babyface victories. Hopefully, maybe we'll get a couple of surprises. Maybe a new WWE champion, or maybe... who knows? Who knows what could happen? I just, I really need to be wrapping this up is what I need to be doing. I'm way too tired for this. So yeah, that's all I have to talk about wrestling this week. I'll see you guys again next week. Still no John next week, unfortunately, but I will be here to grace your computer or mobile phone screen with my lovely face and attitude. And hopefully I won't be quite so tired next week, because there will be more wrestling to talk about. Hooray! But yeah, don't forget you guys can actually follow us on social media at IAW Wrestling on both Instagram and Twitter, or Facebook.com/it'sawork. You can also like, share, and subscribe, and click the little bell icon so you get notified every time we upload a video, or when we do a live stream for our pay-per-views. We will not be live streaming Saturday, though. Way too early to be doing that kind of stuff here in the States. I don't know. Maybe we'll do something. Who knows? We'll see. Whatever. But, yeah, don't forget again, we have It's a Work t-shirts available on Amazon.com. Link in the description. You can check that out. Good t-shirts. I'm wearing one right now. I don't know if you can see it, but cool, right? Yeah. $20. Can't beat that. Helps us bring good new content to you. We really want to try and get some interviews on We did one interview with a independent superstar. We would like to try and get some bigger names. Buying the t-shirts actually helps us support that to bring to you guys. So think about buying a t-shirt. Helps us out, helps you out, helps you get better content to your eyeballs. We like doing that for you. But with all that said, I'm Travis from It's a Work, and I will see you guys next time.